Hey guys, what's up? Long time no see. Welcome back to All Wheel Drive. Today I want to kind of give you guys an update of what's going on with us. Making some changes. This is a significant change to me because it's about a vehicle that you've heard a lot about, probably haven't seen a lot of. You probably see it right there behind me. It's 2007 Toyota Tundra, and it's a SR5 TRD. I've had this truck for a little over 8 years. I bought it when my son was about a year old. And I'd had a F-150 prior to that, like an '02, I think. And I quite liked it, but at the time this truck came available, I was working for a company where we did business with this dealership, and I knew the owner of that dealership and the sales manager really well, and I saw it online and said, hey, let me check this thing out, because it was a Tundra. It was the big daddy of trucks at the time, and if you're gonna have a truck, that was kind of the one to have. I like the color, I like the trim package. As I said, it's a SR5 TRD. You notice the wheels on it are the wheels you kind of wanted with this truck. It's got the running boards, had the tonneau cover on the back, had the center console, tow mirrors, defrost, power driver's seat. I had the sonar, which lets you know when you're too close in the front or the rear of someone. Like I said, the center console, I really like having that stick. This was a little add-on. Had a sport mode on the transmission. Not like what you'd find on a car, but it was useful if you're towing. You can control your shifts. 6-speed transmission, super smooth. 6-disc changer, and then all your usual stuff. You know, your home commands, auxiliary, but spacious as heck. Lots of good features. Lots of room. That's one of the things I loved about it, was the room. I mean, it's like a SUV in the back. Very roomy. I could sit there. That's where my seat is when I'm sitting. And if I were to become the passenger, essentially I have pretty reasonable room in the back. So it's very, very spacious. I just loved it for everything that it is, and the comfort it gave me, the security it gave me. So I'm a little sad about it. Tires are in decent shape, but they're old, so they're starting to rot out. You can see here all the drying. Has a hole in this one I plugged up 4 years ago, so I've only had to air it up every now and then. Only work I've done has been the brakes. Had a water pump replacement probably a year and a half, 2 years into ownership. Replaced the high mount brake light. Did that just probably 8 months ago. So yeah, got the running boards, got the tow package. I mean, this was a pretty good option vehicle if you didn't get the Limited, which had leather, sunroof, Bluetooth, and all that stuff. Didn't feel like I needed that. But the truck has been really good. I mean, even the spare, this original spare, I never had to use the tire, so the tire's in great shape, but it's an old tire. I haven't changed anything on this truck, I swear. And that's a testament to Toyota. You don't have to do a ton. One of the things I really liked was the soft open. You just let it go and it'll come down pretty gently if you let go of it. A little shock in there, so that's cool. Testament to how much I love this truck. Put personalized plates on it. Just give you a glimpse of that. But those were a tribute to my grandpa, because I thought I'd never get rid of this truck. The 5.7. So I mean, this is the one you wanted if you were getting one. Ironically, I remember years ago I was working for this agency and marketing agency, and we were doing support of the launch of the new Tundra. That was this model year that was coming in. And some of you may remember that commercial where they towed the shuttle around LA or somewhere. It was pretty extravagant, but the truck was solid like that. It's been useful in that it's hauled a lot of bikes to and from, including this one, which I'm yet doing more work on. But it's just been a really solid truck to have. I mean, it became a part of my family. I toyed with the idea of selling this truck time and time again, year over year. And I'd always come back to, I like the drive, I like the feeling of security in it. The bigness, it's comfortable. For just to be a pickup truck, it felt very luxurious, plush more appropriately. Yeah, I just love the truck. And so I felt like the worst thing I could do to the truck, as you can see it needs paint, is just to let it continue to go that way. If I got it painted, it's gonna sit in front of the house and the same thing will happen in a couple of years. What's the point of that? I just don't have the need to drive it as much as I used to, because I have a company car, or I've had other cars that I've driven because they were more fuel efficient. And as much as I want to keep it and hold on to it, and this is odd for me because I've never been one who held on to cars. I mean, the longest I had a car as a single guy was probably 6 months, because I just like switching cars. I like cars. But this thing was more of a family member, and it just felt like me. It's like if I were to come back as a vehicle, I'd be a 2007 Tundra SR5 TRD. I'd be that one with a faded salsa red. I just, I couldn't bring myself to sell it years and years ago. And I finally said, look, it'll serve someone better if it's being used than just sitting in front of my house so I can say it's mine. I feel like Gollum, my precious. I'll just let it go and let someone else enjoy it at this point. A little over 153,000 miles. I put maybe 15,000 of them on it in 2 years of working in LA over the 8 years of ownership. So that's where all the miles came from. But it's been a great truck. My son, I took him to school in it this morning, and it's usually not here. I keep it off site because I have another vehicle here that I drive every day. And he's in it, and he said, are we gonna drive this every day now? And I said, no, I just needed to clean it up a little bit. He's like, and under his breath, he goes, because you're selling it. And I go, wait, what? He's like, aren't you selling it? I said, well, I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. And he said, well, how much are you gonna get for it? And so I told him. And essentially, it's a few thousand less than what I paid for it 8 years ago. And so it served me well. And he goes, well, sell it. And I was like, oh, clearly this kid likes money. It'll be the bane of my existence when he gets older. However, it kind of reaffirmed for me that it was time. So it's going to move on. I'm selling it to CarMax. They gave me a good price on it. Less of the hassle of dealing with people and having to show it and go through this nonsense of, well, it's this, well, it's that. Look, you want it or you don't. This makes it easier. I don't have to get it resmogged. So it makes it a lot simpler for me to do it that way. But I'm sure, they'll clean it up, get it ready for somebody else. And yeah. That's about all I can say about it, man. I'm sad, but I'm also glad, just because I feel better that it's going to go to someone as opposed to just sitting out here under my name. So anyway, that's that. To the next episode, which will be coming up a lot sooner than later. Be safe. All-wheel drive. Peace out.